Hello again in another episode of Gunfire TV. Multi-barrel platforms are nothing new in airsoft world, especially if they're made by Classic Army. They make minigun that has 6 barrel, microgun with 4 barrels, and DT-4 with, yes, 2 barrels. And in a way, its firepower should be even more effective than mini or microgun because this shoots 2 barrels simultaneously. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a closer look. Alrighty then, so let's start off what it's made of. It's mostly made of metal. The polymer elements are 2 high-cap magazines, pistol grip, and the adjustable stack that holds a lot of space inside for your batteries. The rest is all made of metal, mostly aluminum, but things like flash hiders or those beauties with USA on it are made of steel. Alright, so we've got 2 aluminum barrels here. The flash hiders have a 14mm left twist thread, and the hand grip, as you can see, is quite wide because it needs to accommodate 2 barrels. So it will be not as easy as in standard AR-15 to replace it with something in another style, but it looks very cool, it's ergonomic, and we've got M-lock slabs every 90 degrees from the bottom and on the sides. On the top there is very long wrist rail, for example, for mounting any kind of an optics. Now, the upper receiver is of course quite wide, as is the lower receiver. Of course, this is the unique design. As you can see here, this is standard kind of a AR-15 lower, just widened in this place. And yes, there is standard set of 1 gears and 1 piston, although very, very large. We'll get back to the inside in a moment. Alright, so let's have a look on 2 internal barrels and 2 hop-up chambers that are inside, made of polymer rotary type. If you're wondering how the gearbox looks like, that's at least a part of it. So, we've got here inside humongous piston that looks like 2 pistons welded together. All the teeth are made of steel. Yeah, that's quite a lot of force inside. We've got 2 nozzles, and this black thing, it's of course a mock-up of the slide. So that's how the slide release works. By the way, the springs are QD type. You only need to take the gearbox outside to replace them with something stronger or even less powerful. Alright, so controls are like in standard AR-15. Mag release is on the right side and it releases both magazines simultaneously. Of course, it is longer than the standard one, so if you want to replace it with something else, it will be quite problematic. Fire selector is ambidextrous. If you notice this part here, it may interfere a bit with your finger. I guess that is something that you need to get used to, as would the owner of the real firearm, because of course there is something very similar to this bad boy in the world of firearms. Now, we've got here bolt catch that actually works, and it works on both sides. Of course, 2 barrels means 2 hop-up chambers. Each one of them is made of polymer. It's a rotary type of a hop-up chamber. We recommend adjusting hop-up once in a time so you don't get interference while doing so. Alright, so I've got BBs inside the magazine, 11.1 LiPo battery in the stock, and this is something I would recommend because we've got 1 motor, 1 set of gears, 2 springs that are pushing very, very heavy piston. So let's open the sights. They are not zeroed, but we are not, I don't want to show you my accuracy, just the grouping of the gun. First, single fire. I will be aiming at the middle of the chest where there is this leg. Oh. Okay, that's weird. I did not hit the spot. So if I want to hit something and the line of sight is in the middle, so the barrels are offset, I'm gonna need to aim a bit higher and left or right. So let's check it out. If it's gonna work. Yeah, that's close enough, I guess. I think this baby is meant to go full auto. High caps. You love them or you hate them. It's almost like some kind of a warplane shooting two cannons. I'm sure you could hear it. It's quite loud because the piston, or two pistons combined together, it's quite a heavy thing to move. But I love it. It's really cool. What a coincidence. It's dark and I've got two tracer units by Specna arms on the barrels. Alright, let's have some shooting. High cap. High caps. I have some feelings for high caps. For Chrono test, we will use 0.2 Specna Arms Edge BBs and 11.1 Specna Arms LiPo battery. We will chrono one barrel at a time, because I don't want to mess up the chrono, of course. So, we need to ask ourselves a question. Is this replica meant to be ours? Well, if you are looking something that will draw people's attention during most of every skirmishes, this one is meant for you. If you need a lot of firepower and SAW or PKM or another machine gun is too heavy for you and too bulky and too uncomfortable to carry, this replica is waiting for you. If you want something that is very durable and looks really cool, I know, I already said that it looks cool, that it's most likely replica meant for you. So, where to find it? In Gunfire. See you again in another episode of Gunfire TV.